Welcome to Riverbend Talon on WBGZ. Brought to you by the Halpin Music Company.
That's right, brought to you by the Halpin Music Company and by Mr. Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, also by Michael Crider, Farmers Insurance Agent out in Bethalto, and Pigpen, you're here.
Pigpile.
Pigpile, that's right. Beat me to it this week.
I
like
did.
That.
I tried to ruin your joke this time. Yeah, it's right. But Michael Crider is actually the sponsor of Alex Honky, our engineer.
Right, yeah. So and I don't want to steal it as my joke like you would steal a joke. That's Jody Grinder's joke.
That is Jody Grinder's joke.
Repeat it, that's all.
So welcome to another Thursday evening in the River Bend area. Just after 6 a.m., which means things are already happening downtown.
Yep.
We're going to talk about what's going on downtown, and then we're going to get to our guests.
Yes.
We got Scott and Mechelle.
Back again.
Back in the studio. Even though you weren't here to make things seem normal the first time and things kind of got weird, I might have got a little handsy with Scott after a few drinks. They still agreed to come back. So
yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah, well, you were getting handsy with him because you really were trying to get to Mechelle.
He wouldn't let me. I'm like, oh,
I think you admitted it.
Did I admit it?
Yeah, I think you admitted it.
See, that's why we should never tape these things. I admit to way too much.
Yeah, something about being a drifter. No, killing a drifter.
Look,
he remembers.
Look, okay. I'm not going to admit to killing any drifters, but every now and again I have a wallet at home that I pull out and I think, Steve Morley, you poor SOB. I don't know any of that. None of that's
true.
The
same joke you used.
See, there we go.
Different guy.
I was going to say, was it the same name? Because that would be amazing. No. Then people are really going to start thinking I did it. Oh, man.
So last time we had Scott and Mechelle on, they had just won the big award, the Advantage.
That's right.
What was the full title there? It was most popular band, basically, right?
Most popular band in the Riverbend area.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And
sounds good, though.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. What is it when the People's Vote? They won
People's
that
Vote,
one.
There it is. People's Choice Award.
People's Choice.
There it is. So there you go. People's Choice Award winner Scott and Mechelle. We're going to catch up with them in a minute, but first let's hit our Thursday night because stuff is already rolling in the Riverbend area like the sea shanties. Every Thursday, 6 to 9 p.m., so you're about 5 minutes late.
Yeah.
However, if you get down there and start slamming Irish whiskey, you'll catch up in no time.
In no time.
You get to drink Irish whiskey, and the whole bar sings shanties together.
Yeah. So, and we always miss it because we're here, but that's all right. You guys go on down there.
I don't even know any good Irish pub songs. I know some Scottish ones, and they're all filthy, I'll tell you that. They are not clean material. Working blue there. All right. So, also going on tonight down at Fast Eddie's Bone Air, we got the Hollywood 5 from 6 to 10 p.m.
Right. And I think there's a karaoke contest at Hiram's Bar. I hadn't double-checked that one, and I believe there's an open mic hosted by Everheart and Light, as it is every Thursday night from 6 to 10 at Baker's and Hale. I didn't see that posted, but usually I see it right after the show.
No, and Baker's and Hale stepping up their music. We'll talk about that a little bit here, what they got going on this weekend. But tonight, up at George's Local Brew, we got Lester and Floyd. You know who that is?
Yeah, I do. Crazy Lester.
Crazy Lester, that's right. So there you go. Lester and Floyd, a new duo. They've been hitting it pretty hard. What else we got? Dale Papp, 6 to 9 p.m. at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville tonight.
Wait, what are they hitting hard?
They're hitting the scene hard, man.
You let me down there. I thought it was going to be something else.
Hitting the pipe hard? I don't know, bro. I mean, we talking about me or them? I'm not even sure anymore. Because if it's me, it's the pipe. All right, let's move on. Dale Papp, 6 to 9 p.m. at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville.
We're going to talk about Big Daddy's a few times tonight because Scott and Mechelle play there quite a bit.
And they got a lot going on this year. They got a full schedule.
They do.
We're going to talk about. Here's a band I love the name of, Mo Pleasure.
Love.
Mo Pleasure, 6 to 9 p.m. at Patrick's in Granite City this evening.
Yep. Greg Manis, 7 to 10 at Doit's Village Inn in Pontoon Beach, another place Scott and Mechelle play often.
Yeah, now that's right in their neighborhood. Granite City, Pontoon Beach area is really popping with some music. So, also going on Thursday evening.
This is the last
one. Buddy Pat Liston, 7 p.m. at the Copper Fire.
He's been doing that all April, and this is the last chance to catch him there. So,
yeah.
At least for a while.
I'm not going to call him the lesser of the Liston brothers, but I do like Danny. No, I'm just kidding, Pat.
Right? So
that is your Thursday evening in the Riverbend area. So now let's get to our guests.
I want to set these microphones up, so we need to get them talking a little bit.
So let's talk to Scott and Mechelle. Good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Scott. How are you doing this evening?
Doing well, brother.
And Mechelle, lovely to see the lovely Mechelle.
Doing wonderful.
Yes. Good to have you guys back. Thanks so much for agreeing to come back. I promise I'll be on my best behavior. I was told I was inappropriate last time. I don't know.
You're perfect.
I wouldn't say inappropriate. You were normal.
See,
it's just
that's what I've been saying.
I tuned in to figure out who Scott and Mechelle were. You know what the whole story, which you kind of skimmed over a few times. But I learned a lot about you, and you said some false information about me, and you said some wonderful information about me too as well.
I don't remember any of this, but I wasn't every bit of the wonderful stuff. I can tell you that.
Well, you just talked about how I go from this calm nature to like this crazy, insane person when I go on stage, which is completely true.
A very Jekyll and Hyde situation.
But wasn't true. The wasn't true part was I was not with you when the guy was eating the can of blueberry pie filling.
You weren't? Okay, I don't remember. I thought you were there. It seems like something you would have been at. I do remember the story. It was a band and a guy was.
No, we're not telling that story again. Just skip that.
Sorry, all you listeners, go watch the old video. It was apparently on some other day.
So,
I don't know.
Yeah, because we're talking to Scott and Mechelle, not to Pigpen. And you affectionately changed Michelle's name at the last interview to Thundercat. Right?
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
it fits.
All coming back now.
It is. I said that was the first thing you said. That I'm like, oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Because the first time I called her Thundercat, I wasn't sure how she'd take it, but she smiled. It seemed to be. Sorry, that is your spirit name.
I said, I'll take it.
Yeah, that is your spirit name, Thundercat.
Now, Scott brought up that he started out with a band called Thief. Right? Yeah. With Kevin Bloodworth, right? Yep. And Mechelle was right there too, roadieing for you.
She came to one of our practices. I didn't even know her at the time, and then found out that she'd seen some of our basement practices, and we were destined.
Next thing you know, Mechelle, you're carrying stuff.
That's right. Isn't that amazing? I still carry stuff.
And we were watching the Monkeys, and she said, "I like Peter Tork and all that shows," and I liked you at the time. I always liked the ugliest guys in the band. That was painful.
I'm being misquoted. Misquoted.
See, I thought it was when you first said she was a Peter Tork fan, I thought it was a total compliment. I'm like, I like Peter Tork too.
Oh, yeah. I like Robin Gibb, and I didn't like Barry. Oh, I liked Barry Gibb, but not like Robin Gibb.
You know who's better than the Gibb brothers at staying alive? The Rolling Stones. I mean, I'm just saying that's just a fact.
Yeah.
Sorry to all you Gibb fans, but yeah.
Yeah, so that's how you guys met, right? And then how long after that do you become a couple?
A couple years, maybe.
A couple years. I didn't know that was him when we went to, because he had short brown hair, and I was with another guy, and we were. He said, "Hey, you want to go watch my friend, practice in the band, And I said, "Well, okay, So I went along, and they're practicing, and I'm listening and stuff. And then about 3 or 4 years later, I guess, he comes up to me at a party. I was 8 months pregnant, and comes up to me, and he was this platinum blonde rocker guy.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I wasn't really into rocker guys at the time, but he come up and he asked me if he could feel my belly.
Oh, wow.
Works every time.
So 2 weeks later, we had a child.
Nice.
You work fast, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And he went through delivery with me and everything.
Oh, that's so sweet, Scott. Yeah. It really is. Yeah.
I'm going to use that because I feel your belly bit. I don't care if they're pregnant or not.
I'm telling you.
I'm going to be going to fail.
I think that's what he really wanted to do.
Hey, I'm not pregnant. My belly is distended from not eating. Oh, I'm sorry. I
think we should point out that they brought a friend along with them tonight that people may know that because Mechelle keeps talking to her over there in the corner.
I'm sorry.
Is that what that whispering is? I thought those were the voices in my head whispering to me.
I'm so sorry. I have a person I talk to like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? It's a female. So you're like, hey man, there's 3 guys over here. I need some help.
Is she my friend?
Right. Yeah.
X's versus the Y's. So here we go. Here's how this works. A lot of times, like the last time Scott and Mechelle was in, we didn't know each other. So to get to know each other, we pre-record the interview. It gives us an hour to talk, and by the end of that, we know each other. Now you can come in, and it's like we're old friends, right? So the same thing is going on tonight with a lady named Bonnie Bramlett.
Yeah.
And so you have been kind enough to drive Bonnie in since you're neighbors and all. And so right after this show is over at about 7 o'clock, we're going to go in the room right next door and we're going to record an interview with Bonnie that will be played back a few weeks down the road.
I'm so excited.
I don't know.
I'm so excited.
Yes.
Most famous guest we've ever had. I mean, besides you, Pigpen.
I wasn't going to say me. I was getting ready. I was trying to think of like Matt Tall or like Stewie or something.
Well,
I was going to be like, we insulted a lot of local guys.
We had Steve Scorpina. We've had Pat Liston.
Steve Scorpina is actually the one who first said, "Oh, you need to get Bonnie Bramlett on. She's a friend of mine. And she is amazing." And I said, "Oh, great, let's do that." And he said, "You're probably not. You're probably gonna have to go get her yourself. I don't know if she's gonna want to drive here." Right. That's what he said to me. I don't know if that was.
Yeah.
But luckily, Mechelle and Scott were nice enough to be our Uber drivers. What do I owe you for that Uber charge? Put it on my tab. Forget it. Don't tell me. Just put it on my tab. I know.
And so we were so pumped when Pat Liston said, "Hey, Ringo walked right past me." We were like, "Whoa, that's pretty cool, man. You knew one of the Beatles, kind of." He's like, "Yeah, I just walked by." Well, Bonnie really knows some of the Beatles. Ringo and George Harrison. Had a little gig with Apple. We'll get into all that.
Apple Music. That's brushing with us.
Yeah.
Some local, we'll call them guys regional stars.
And let me tell you, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to be a good journey. But back to Scott and Mechelle, because last time we were here, we talked about you instead of Scott and Mechelle, except for the fact that Scott was in Thief. He did get to that. But one other thing we got to last time is Mechelle, very shy.
Yes.
Was hard to get on stage, right? So you really had to be talked into this. Tell us a little more about how that all went down.
Well, it was kind of like I sang all my life, but I would like sing in church and sing in school choir and stuff like that. But I always had a lot of people with me, and then whenever Scott was deciding he didn't want to play in the band any longer, and he said, "I just want to do acoustic music and stuff." And he said, "I thought maybe you might want to sing with me." And I said, "No, absolutely not." So we were at he was at Stagger Inn doing his acoustic debut.
Dying on the vine.
And he
went through myself in about 10 minutes.
And he said, "I'm going to call my wife up here." And I was just like, "Oh no," So I'm over there with Crown Royal, just doing shot after shot,
Liquid courage.
And cried and had involuntary body jerks and the whole 9 yards,
Yeah.
But I got through it, and 17
people
years
clapped.
later,
I didn't think they allowed them to clap, and all of a sudden she's singing. They're like, "Yeah,
yeah.
Let's do this."
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting your wife up. Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah.
I played a song. I heard nothing but car keys rattling. I'm like.
So I guess you were tired of carrying equipment and decided, if I just played acoustic guitar, that'd be a lot easier.
Well, now we carry a little bit more, though. Now the PAs. I used to just carry my amp and guitar.
So
that's great.
Yeah, switching over there at that time, and then you finally. Now you had heard her sing at home, obviously.
She'd always sing at home. Yeah. And I was listening to her like, "Man, you sing good." She goes, "No," and she'd get embarrassed. And at family functions, my mom and dad's house, I'd bring my guitar down, we'd have beers around the table and sing, and I could hear her then. It sounded great.
Yeah, and the energy that comes out of her and the expressive side of it is just fun to watch. Now, was she that way at home, and you picked up on that and knew this is a great stage person?
Singing, life is good. When she's silent, things aren't so good.
Oh, she's thinking too much, huh?
Yeah, that's when we go out to avoid. No. Yeah. But still to this day, when she's singing, like a bird, happiness.
Yeah.
She's happy inside, and when it's silent, need to make her happy.
Either start getting her singing or get out of the house.
Yeah. Right. Go outside and catch a little 0-degree weather for a while.
So how long ago was that now? How long have you guys been actually playing out?
17 years.
Yep,
17 years, yeah. And you're coming up on your 30th wedding anniversary, too, right?
Lived in sin for 5 bbore that.
Okay.
I highly recommend.
Pure adulterated.
Pure adulterated sin, baby.
Well, you can be forgiven. It's all good.
That's not a name of an album already. Living in Sin. That's good.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
That's what I said. That's what I'm saying.
I like it.
Now, you guys got a big show tomorrow night. The Blues coming to Granite.
Yeah.
With Hurricane Karen.
Yes.
Hurricane Ruth.
See, I kept saying that on the way in, going, why don't they just call her Hurricane? Because her name's Ruth, and that's why.
That is why.
Well, I didn't want to say Ruth because you know what I think of when I think of Ruth? I think
Ruth makes me puke.
That's right.
She got worms coming out.
Yeah, that's our buddy Homer.
That's a song by a friend of ours.
Yeah, he wrote that song. And, sorry about that.
Rest in
Hurricane
peace,
Ruth, LeMaster, right?
Yep.
And Jimmy and the Chets, right?
Yep.
With you guys.
Yes.
At Jacobmeyers. Yeah. And
tomorrow at 7?
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah.
Now Hurricane Ruth has seen her fair share of famous people as well, right?
Yeah, she's from Glencarbon, and I've never met her, so I'm looking forward to it.
I checked out her website a little bit, and it had this quote here that Willie Dixon said, "You're the only hurricane I can appreciate."
That's all right. Sure, apparently, he's never had the drink Hurricane.
But yeah, she's open for Hart, Judas Priest, Joan Jett, and Steppenwolf.
Wow.
Played with Johnny Lee Hooker, B.B. King, Taj Mahal, Ramsey Lewis, Kenny Wayne Shepherd.
So once you play with her and the whole seven steps from Kevin Bacon people, you are close to a lot of people.
Yes.
Wait, their neighbor's Bonnie Bramlett.
I know.
Sorry,
I'm just trying to add to the conversation, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's gonna be a fun night.
Oh, yes.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm nervous about playing there tomorrow night. But
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Nerves seem to help you.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
Go away instantly, yeah.
Yeah. Does it take long once you get started to...
No, I just say, I'm all nervous, and I go through this whole
on the way to the
thing.
gig.
I can't breathe. My throat is dry.
Yes, my throat feels dry. God, I hope I remember how to sing. It's like, I think I'm getting sick. I said, wouldn't be a gig if you weren't getting sick, baby.
Yeah.
Not I hope I remember the words.
Yeah.
I mean, because I could get that one.
And so then I just
all the way
kind of go through a thing, and then I'm like, okay, let's go be Scott and Mechelle, and just turn into a different person, I guess.
Yeah. Once you hear those notes and start doing it right, you just kind of slip off into your own little universe, and it really shows. I mean, you literally just dig down deep and let it fly, and nothing is more exciting to watch than that.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
That is why you go see live music.
Yeah.
Or possibly a band fight could break out. I'm just saying. That's always interesting, too, when you're at a gig.
You might want, if the drummer's a lot bigger than you don't want to be like, pick up the pace, man. Right? Come on, pick up the... I'm just saying, things can go wrong.
We're trying to figure out what happened with the intrusion, right? And all we had to do is be there. Right? And that's why you go out and see live music. You never know what might happen. That's why it's live, right?
That's right. Yeah. That's why it's live. James Brown once fired his whole band in the middle of a show. So you just never know what's going to happen. That's when he picked up Bootsy Collins as a bass player. So, hey.
You don't know why, but you better watch what you say about James Brown with Bonnie in the room. I'm just saying. We'll get to that later, okay?
Listen, I love me some James Brown. Hardest working man in showbiz.
Way better than the last guy who talked out of line. We'll talk about him.
He really did fire his whole band and picked up the Collins brothers.
Yeah.
So, there you go. I'm just saying, guys, things go crazy. Like you said, live music is fun to go watch because you never know what's going to happen.
Now, Callis Entertainment's putting on tomorrow night's show, right? And you guys have been attempting to open for Black Oak, Arkansas for a while. And
right. Last time I guess got shut down because of COVID.
Right.
So we'll be opening up for Black Oak and
Foghat.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe Black Oak. Yeah. Foghat for sure.
Yeah.
I've never seen Foghat miss a show. Black Oak, 50-50 chance.
Yeah. Derek St. Holmes. Derek St. Holmes part of that too.
Yeah.
Here I come again now, baby. That's Derek St. Holmes right there. Yeah.
Nick Barn Grill
in
Granite.
The original singer for Ted Nugent.
Yep. So that'll be cool. Well, what I was getting at, is this tomorrow night the first time you've opened for someone like Hurricane?
We've opened for
Eric Martin.
Yep. Who else?
I don't remember.
Isn't that sad?
Isn't that Torrin
Torrin Green from Fuel. Randy Jackson, several times from Zebra.
Oh yeah, I remember when
from Alice Cooper.
Right.
Right. I remember when Randy was in town. That wasn't that long ago, right?
He comes around quite a bit.
Didn't he play Laux?
Right.
Down there? Yeah.
That's where we opened for him at.
Yeah, you guys used to play there quite a bit. Do you know if they're going to open that back
I
up?
hope they do.
I hope they do.
They're still kind of in, I guess,
Right.
dealing with everything right now.
Trying to weather the storm.
There's more going on in that building than just the club there. So
Right.
Yeah. So
That's a great place. I love it.
yeah, you guys pretty regular down there. Obviously, it's right in town. So
And we'd go Thursday night. There's always good music there, and always had good food. Great people working there. It was a blast, and everybody it was kind of a get together in Granite.
It was like family.
Right.
You know,
Kick the weekend
everybody-
off.
And we would do like a Christmas thing there. And the last Christmas that we played there, of course, we didn't do it last year, but the year before, because it was shut down because of COVID. And but the year before, I'm like, oh, here, let me just take charge. And I bought all these like those LED string lights and stuff, and hung them in all them great big windows that they have, and we had a magical Christmas show. We had it all. I had the girls. They lit all the table. They had candles on the tables, which they normally don't have, and so they turned all the lights down, and we did Silent Night together. And we had everybody in the place
so
do
perfect,
Silent Night.
Nice.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
So I started crying.
It was great.
It was.
I'm going to start crying because I feel like you just told me that Santa got COVID last year. I didn't hear about that. You're like, well, we didn't have Christmas because of COVID. I'm like, did Santa get COVID? I didn't even hear about that.
No, I'm talking about we didn't play there.
I was jumping to conclusions. I'm sorry.
So you did Christmas quite a few times at LaSalle's in many years. 17 years? No,
they
quite.
Probably 5 years.
Yeah.
For the last 5 to 8 years, it really started snowballing. We'd have gigs here and there that just started really snowballing.
Right.
So there's like maybe 110 shows a year.
Getting calls and stuff like that. And
Yeah, I hardly ever call anybody. I did call the Holiday Shores Marina, and finally got to. I haven't even told you this. Got 2 shows today there, and so we'll be playing there. And,
I had seen they had recently said they were looking for acoustic bands.
Yeah.
So does that help out? The fact that you guys are an acoustic band, that's something a lot of places like to have.
I think so.
Yeah.
And it wasn't really a thought out idea. Just kind of we fell into it and it's worked out well.
They've been doing it for 17 years, but it's just now catching on.
Yeah,
everyone else is just now catching on to what they've been doing.
Isn't that how it goes, though? And you do it like 60 years and it hasn't caught on yet.
I tell my work, I've been there forever, and I said this job is temporary, just until my music career takes off.
Yeah,
I'm out of here. I've been there 38 years.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you guys talking about? I'm gonna be a millionaire. I play guitar.
Yeah. I'm like, how old are you guys? How long you been there? 20 years. I'm like, oh, come on.
Right?
None of this will matter once we're famous dancers.
Yeah, I got blonde hair and rock. Dude, I'm out of here. I'll be real.
Now, are both of you guys originally from Granite City?
Yes. Born and raised.
So you didn't know each other prior to playing, though, huh? Like school or anything?
He's 5 years older than I am. So,
I knew her sisters because they'd come hang out in my apartment. It was Rock and Roll Central at the time, but I never got to meet her. I always heard about her. So here's the one you got to meet.
Oh. So who told you she's the one you got to meet? Now I'm curious.
Well, my buddies.
Oh, you're getting in a hole here now. Back up.
It's feeling very like nighttime soap opera-esque here.
She was the nice one that stayed home. She was the nice one that stayed in.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
Out.
Good backpedaling. Nice.
And a buddy of mine said, no, you got to meet their sister. She's the nice one.
Yeah.
You could be the one to turn her wild.
I don't think they're listening. I'm sorry.
She might roadie for you. That's what they said.
She can lift an amp.
She's nice enough to roadie. You know how many bands though that have that going on, that the wives do help out that way, and a lot of people don't realize that. It takes the entire family being part of a band.
When I was in the stand, it was like that. Remember Jesus the Fajita Man?
Right.
Oh yeah.
You guys talked about him last time.
He'd be standing out by his fajita truck, and me, Scott, wheeling Marshall cabinets, coming.
Yeah.
I'd be out there. He'd be standing in front of the fajita truck, and I'd be loading up those amps and stuff with Kevin Bloodworth. And also tearing down drums,
Right.
Just in case the drummer.
And you're chomping on a fajita.
I was getting his recipes because I loved the whole setup. And then buying his flat top from him. And
what a great guy.
He was awesome.
And anybody who's played out, especially bands, knows Jesus.
He's the only one serving food at 3 a.m. when
exactly.
you finally get out of the bar. Like, oh, man, that smells so good.
It was great late night. And then I'd save something for breakfast and get me out of bed in the morning. Be up till 4 in the morning.
And he showed up everywhere. You're like, wow, you heard about this too? This little gig? You're like, why?
Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen him quite a bit when we were playing on Granite. Yeah. And unfortunately not with us anymore, but man, what a good time that guy. You probably signed his
oh yes.
Yeah, signed his what is that? Gee-dunk truck, I guess you'd call it, right?
Yeah, the fajita truck doors.
Yeah.
I think Bruce Hull might have that truck now.
Yeah. You mentioned it in the last one, but I didn't catch what you were talking about.
Cheapies for a while, and then some people had it. I don't know where it's at now.
I don't know. I think Bruce had it last time I saw him a couple years ago, and it still had the big sign that said, "I love Jesus."
Wow. Is he selling?
He was selling food. He was vending out of it at the time. That's been 2019.
I'd like to find that.
So
buy that truck.
Yeah. So you guys
could sell fajitas on our breaks.
You guys have been doing quite a bit of stuff with Phil Callis from Callis Entertainment. We've had Phil on the show in the past, and he had a rough year last year with everything that's going on, trying to set things up, and he just keeps firing, though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he's back at it again this year.
He's had some good stuff
he announced a show tonight. I believe it's The Last in Line with Conquest in October, right?
October 3rd, I believe.
Yeah.
It's got the original members of Dio's band, Vivian Campbell included.
Wow.
Isn't that unreal?
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's a good find right there.
Yeah.
Vivian Campbell in Granite City? No way.
Yeah.
We could tell when Phil was in that he was going to push it, and he was really going to go after it. He just has that type of personality, right? So I'm glad he's still at it.
Yes.
Yeah. And tomorrow night's one of his deals, and
for a while.
Nice variety too. He's throwing out there. He's going with the blues and at Jacobmeyers. Now tell us about Jacobmeyer. We've heard a lot of good things about Jacobmeyers Tavern.
Historical bar in Granite. It's on Edward Street. Probably almost. When did it open? Maybe in the 30s?
Probably.
30s or 40s, and it's just always maintained the same look inside.
Yeah.
Actually, the first place you ever performed?
That's right.
You're 4 years old?
4 years old.
Bonnie Bramlett.
It's always been a neighborhood
4 years old
bar.
Yeah, and it's great for music, And Bob Kirksey, the owner there, he's a very close friend of ours. We consider him family.
A guitar player, fellow
We've
guitar player.
heard that he is a friend to the musicians.
Yep.
And
Yes.
he's a big fan of music. So
He
that's
is.
why he does what he
Wonderful
does.
guy.
Love to hear it when
Yes.
venue owners are true music
He'll
fans.
get up and play with it sometimes too, and he tears it up on guitar. He's
Yeah.
good.
Nice.
Yeah, we've heard that he likes to give bands a chance, and understands where they're coming from. Nothing but
great
good
heart.
things that we've heard about Jacobmeyers Tavern. Yeah, and they've been kind of on hiatus for a minute.
Oh yeah.
So good to see they're opening the doors back
Played there
up.
last Saturday and had a great night there. It was wonderful.
Yeah, it was we felt so privileged because he called us. We text each other and call each other back and forth, and he's like, "Hey, I was wanting to see if you guys want to be my first music, opening back up."
That's
And we're
awesome.
Like, hell yeah, we're there.
Yes, we want. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, we
And I
did.
really get the feel that people are just so happy to get out.
yeah.
Again, they feel like a normal again, and everybody's packed and having a
And
blast.
it's magical. Watching them, they got their arms in the air and they're back and forth.
Yeah.
Oh, man,
it
it
was
was-
great. And that's
We kind of sensed that we thought once they do open things back up, it's going to be the best time to go see
is.
live music because everyone's going to be so excited that
Yes.
it'll be a new thing, because you get used to it after a while.
Yeah.
It's like I go down to this bar every weekend and see these different bands play, no big deal, but now it is a big deal.
Take everything away.
Exactly.
For a year, and it's like prohibition's been lifted or something.
Yeah.
Right. Happy days are here again.
Nice, yeah.
And at Jacobmeyers, last weekend we had a local drummer, Casey Ashby, sat in with us, and we'll have him and then Jared Unfried from the Hideous Gentleman that owns Alton Music.
Yeah.
We know Jared.
Jared will sit in with us, and Casey will sit in with us, and we'll get Dana Anderson and Bob and Ed Belling from Pick and Lickin', and we all, and Bonnie.
Bonnie Bramlett's going to be down there.
Bonnie's not just our friend. Bonnie is family.
Yeah.
And we, Scott.
Our mothers go way back.
Mom and her mother were best friends.
Oh, okay.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
And so, and that's, I remember whenever I first met Scott, Ruth had an album of Bonnie, and she said, I used to watch this girl.
Yeah. She'd sing play her records in the basement, and she said, Scott, she could sing her heart out.
Yeah.
And she'd sing along with my parents' records and stuff.
So since you're doing blues tomorrow night, you doing any Delaney and Bonnie songs?
I'll probably be the only non-blues singer there. I don't know any. She's choking me off screen.
Yeah.
She's choking me.
She's encouraging you. Bonnie's like, go for it.
I'd like to learn that.
There's no such a thing as a non-blues.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I'd like to learn that. I'm scared of it.
Don't be afraid of it. I bet you're a huge Janis Joplin fan.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so I don't even know if I'm making this up or not, but I believe the story is. I see he's laughing because
you told us at the last one.
See, there you
it's
go.
It's going to be Rocky Erickson and blah blah blah.
She wasn't even a blues singer, but she found the grit within herself. You just got to do it, man.
Yeah, I can do that.
You got to sing in the key of R like the pirates. Are you ready?
I think it's good that you're nervous because you're always nervous, so that means you're going to kill it tomorrow.
That's what he says.
Yeah.
He says that just means that you're conscious of what you're doing.
Yeah, and you give a huge.
And you give a huge whatever.
Yeah. So the day
we're giving a huge.
I beat myself that time.
So Scott, the day she walks in and goes, "I'm going to kill it tonight," you're going to be, you'll be nervous.
I'm like, I don't know if I remember how to play. My fingers hurt. I don't know.
Do you think I'll remember how to play the guitar when I get up there?
Hey, Pigpen, we need to do some more what's going on this weekend as we're already about halfway through the show. And,
we are.
We got to thank our buddy Matt Van Voorhis from Macias Insurance and Halpin Music Company for allowing us to do this every single week. And
not only thanks for the sponsorship, but as we say, thanks to Halpin for all the musical instruments.
Right.
And thanks to Matt for the insurance.
Right. And lessons. You need those.
And I need lessons. How do you make a G chord again? I call it bear claw. I don't know.
Close enough. Close enough.
Perfect. I don't know.
But yeah, we appreciate those guys sponsoring us each and every week and sticking with us.
Yes.
And also our newest sponsor, Michael Crider from Farmers Insurance. I went out to Roper's Regal Beagle and checked them out last week. They were. It's a Sunday. And they had played Friday and Saturday, so yeah, they were in that mode, but they still killed it, man.
Nice.
They tried to get me to sing "Runaway" with them, but I was like, "Nah, Mike, you got this, man." And he's like, "I really don't," but he did. He killed it. So yeah, so appreciate Michael Crider as well.
All of our sponsors there.
Now let's talk about what's going on Friday night. Because look, I got 3 pages again.
I got
4 pages.
I got all kinds. What have I got? I got some weird stuff.
Now we only cover like the Illinois side mainly, unless one of our friends' bands playing.
We got stuff to give away.
Oh, we got giveaway stuff.
Yeah, we got giveaway stuff.
Yeah, we'll get to that too. We better get back to this Friday thing I just brought up, though. Yeah, so Friday night around the river bend, worth the fight at the Conservatory in Alton. They're getting back to it.
I was just talking to Justin today. He says things are going very well down there now that they finally get into, after buying a place and being shut down 2 weeks after you open it. So happy to hear they're doing well down there.
They'll do the open mic with Jamie Dunn at Raging Cajun in Alton. I recently contacted them. They said, yep, we still do it, just not posting it, right? Anthony Nanny and Scott Davis, 2 to 6, and then Borderline 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's in Alton on Friday night. Jeremiah Johnson
at Baker's and Hale.
7 o'clock at Baker's and Hale Friday night.
That's big for them, man. That is a good. And I don't believe there's a cover or anything. It's just Jeremiah Johnson's going to be there while you eat some, farm to table festival type food.
Right.
So
Which
sounds like a pretty good night to me.
Which you rave about, and so do a lot of bands that come on here. You know,
got
when
good food,
when they
man.
talk Bakers and Hale, it's food's the first thing out of their mouth. Yeah.
Yeah, that place.
Of course, they're all starving. So.
Do you know any musicians that aren't hungry? Not many.
The Screaming Eagles 8 to 12 at Laux Brickhouse in Bethalto. The Owlz 5 to 9 at the loading dock in Grafton. The Owl's still doing it.
Man.
Dave Horton 7 o'clock at the Moose in Wood River. Kickstart 9:30 at Patrick's in Granite City. Decades apart 7 to 11 at Doit's Village Inn in Pontoon Beach.
Which means they will probably be there Saturday also.
Mm-hmm. And as we mentioned, Callis Entertainment presents Hurricane Ruth, Jimmy and the Chets, and most importantly, Scott and Mechelle. 7 o'clock at Jacobmeyers in Granite City. That's Friday night.
Are you sure you got that? I thought that was Hurricane Karen.
Yeah, well, I was trying.
Hurricane.
I had too many hurricanes when I came in and tried to change. You know how it is. I was just wanting to be like you, Pigpen.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm going to say the next band because I love this name.
I know you do.
Meatwood Flack.
Right.
That's a great name for a band. Meatwood Flack, 7 p.m. Holiday Shores Marina Bar in Edwardsville.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen Meatwood Flack, but I like the name.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Fleetwood Mac when we talk to Bonnie.
We're going to talk about the Fleetwood Mac when we talk to Mechelle.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't know about that. I'm just.
You do some Fleetwood Mac, though, right? You guys?
She does. She got some Stevie Nicks in her. I seen it happen one day.
Which one you do? Which?
We do Landslide, Rhiannon, Gold Dust Woman, Dreams, Silver Springs.
Wow.
Stop Dragging My Heart Around with her. And
Edge of 17.
Edge of 17.
I'm Tom Petty.
Sarah.
Yeah.
You do them all.
Yeah,
you
we
do
do.
them all.
That's nice.
Just say I can sing anything that girl can sing. She's not even that good.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
I'm just teasing.
Mechelle Wood Black.
You know what you're better at than her?
I'm trying to change your name.
You know what you are definitely better at than her, Stevie Nicks? Keeping your marriage together. That's all I'm saying.
That's true.
That's hard.
I'm just trying to point out the good things here.
Thank you.
Also on Friday night, if you're headed to the outlet, they're closed for a private event at Edison's in Edwardsville.
I'm going anyway. They can't keep me out.
That might be your party. Who knows?
It might be.
Yeah. Strangers, 7 p.m. at the Back Bar in Edwardsville. Mo Pleasure, 6 to 9 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. Let's see. Bobby Rowlands with special guest Jimmy Rowlands, 9 o'clock at the Corner Keg in Highland.
Do you think they know each other?
They probably do. They know a lot of people, actually.
They do.
They know everybody.
They know a few folks.
We've been trying to get them guys on for a while. We'll have to keep trying.
Oh,
The Grand Band.
Bobby won't talk to me no more. No, I don't know.
Yeah, that's me. That's me he won't talk to after that time I opened up for him. Anyways.
All right, the Grand Band. That guy's all right. 9
You know, Scott Smith lost his booking agent. You talked about that last time he was on, that you had an incident in high school.
John Euban? No, John Euban, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drove through the middle of a field in a car, right?
Mr. Bloodworth was driving, and we thought it was asphalt, and it was grass.
Yeah.
Well,
Good thing you were thinking.
Yeah, that's why you don't drink Jack and Cokes at a high school dance.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be way worse if you thought it was grass and it was asphalt, because that would taste terrible. What are we talking about? I'm sorry.
Police escort, too. And he reminded me that, I hate to have to fire your dad. I'm like, you did fire us, didn't you? Because our son was with us.
Yeah. Wow.
We were fired.
So we were going to mention the Graham Band, 9 o'clock at TR's in Belleville.
There you go.
Because Graham's your friend. And another
Graham.
one of your friends is playing over at St. Peter's, Missouri, right? Revolution Tribute to Queensryche, 8 p.m. at Diamond Music Hall in St. Peter's. That's the guys from Rock Bottom. A couple of those guys.
I think that's Derek Howard, maybe even McCoy sitting in on that one. But I hear they do a great
Darren Boyd.
I hear they do a great Queensryche tribute. I have not got to see it yet, but I hear it's pretty good.
I was kind of wanting to check that out.
That's a tough band to cover.
It is.
It would be very,
Yeah.
Those guys are great, though.
Yeah, so that's all Friday night. We hadn't even talked about Saturday.
There's stuff going on Saturday,
Yeah,
too? I'm shocked.
You want to talk about it?
Let's do it, man.
Okay.
We got Mac's Derby Party. That's
Right.
with Whiskey Dixon, the Glendale Riders, and Flatliner. Wow, if you like some country music, that's a heck of a lineup going on there. 2 p.m. at Mac's Timeout in Alton on Saturday.
We had Flatliner on talking about that show, and probably Glendale Riders too, right?
We had one of the Bensman brothers on, but I think it was the better one.
Yeah. definitely was the better one.
I'm sorry.
Not the one that starts
Jeff.
with a J.
I'm sorry. No, Jeff's in the Glendale Riders, and he's a great player.
He is.
He's a great dude. But his brother's better now.
Andy, right?
Let's leave those poor boys alone.
Nah. Anyways, pianos 9 o'clock at Raging Cajun. Different guys playing the pianos or gals, depending
Dueling
on
pianos.
what they got going on each Friday night. The Mad Baileys, they're always down at the lodge at the Lovejoy and Alton on Saturdays. Jay Sabo and Greg Hayes there. Nate Sickmeyer and company 2 to 6, and Borderline 7 to 11 at Fast Eddie's Bone Air in Alton.
Right.
Remember we were talking about Rock Bottom.
Yeah, they double booked here or what?
Oh, no,
that was
that's
the other night.
Saturday, man. They're busy. That's called busy.
These are working boys.
Well, Chubby Mike wants to have an 80s night.
Well,
right? Remember when
what my Chubby wants, my Chubby gets. What are we talking about again?
Remember when Scott Smith had that big poofy hair?
Right.
And Mechelle fell in love with his big poofy hair. And
the big platinum blonde.
It might have been his hands. He was rubbing her belly. So
he does have some very large hands and warm, if I remember. No, I don't know. Ooh, ha.
So how about an 80s night with Rock Bottom at Chubby's?
That sounds like a party going down right there.
That is right. Hookie. 7 o'clock at Baker's and Hale on Saturday night. Strangers 5 p.m. Super Jam 9:30 at the Pump House in Wood River. Dustin Coleman doing Laux Brickhouse on Saturday night from 8 to 11. Noble 7 o'clock at Tri-County Rod and Gun Club in Brighton. The Screaming Eagles 8 to 12 at Reds in Bunker Hill. Beck Denton's 3 to 7 at Grafton Winery. Backwoods Burden, 2 o'clock, Hard Drive, 8 o'clock at the Hog Pit in Grafton. The Jarrell, 6 to 10 at the Loading Dock in Grafton. Exit 52, 7 o'clock at the Oyster Bar in Grafton. Go ahead, you take over now.
All right, Lead Sled is happening 7 p.m. at the Grafton Pub. We got Dale Pap going on 12 p.m. at the Melting Pot Market in Granite City. There's a new one. I don't know that we've talked about that.
They're just getting that going again, I believe. Yeah.
What's going on? You guys know the Melting Pot?
Yeah, I actually...
Lean in just a wee bit so I can hear you.
I was actually the director for the Melting Pot Market. It's another Alfresco Productions event.
Oh, nice.
And so I directed those events for 5 years, and then I just handed over the Melting Pot Market vendors to another young lady named Kim Arway. And so now I'm handling all of the music for the Alfresco Productions as far as the Melting Pot Market and also for the music in the park.
There you go. So you set up Dale Pap. Mm-hmm. Nice. Good job. Yeah. Good job. Nice call.
We actually have Dale. We have Dale come up when we met him. We'd have him come up and play during our breaks.
Nice. Separate Dale. There you go.
Yeah, from Nashville to Nashville.
Yeah. He lives in Nashville, Illinois, and he moved to Nashville, Tennessee.
So Nashville, Illinois, Tennessee. There you go. That is Dale Pap, 12 p.m. at the Melting Pot Market in Granite City. Then also in Granite City at Patrick's, 9:30 p.m. Good name for a band, better name for a strip club. Lickety Splits. They're going to be down there 9:30 at Patrick's in Granite City. Then we got Decades Apart, 7 to 11 p.m. at Doit's Village Inn in Pontoon Beach. Scott and Mechelle. I haven't heard about these guys yet. Who are they? Who are Scott and Mechelle? No, Scott and Mechelle, our guests tonight, are going to be playing 6 to 9 p.m. at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville. And then
you guys play there quite a bit, right? Yeah.
Once a month, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, usually 6 to 9 is what the sets are there. Right?
Love it, yes.
They do mainly acoustic stuff?
Yeah, they don't like to go over 3-piece, I don't think, so they do singles, duos, and 3-piece bands.
Okay.
We'll call them trios.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll call them whatever you want, probably.
I make up a word. I call them Marklar. All right, back to the list. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Powerhouse Wrestling. The World Powerhouse Wrestling. Grand Brawl. Now, these were our guests, last week, or was it the week before?
I think it's been 2 weeks
Been 2 weeks now. And these guys put on a good show. If you got kids especially, man, it is a very interactive show. If you got kids like my daughter who like to talk smack, it's especially fun. Because you get to scream at the wrestlers, and they scream back. I've even seen some food thrown around at these places. Pizza thrown at people. I don't know. I might be making that up. So if you take your kid there and they throw pizza, don't blame me. I'm sorry. But there we go. That is going on at the VFW in Collinsville. Pretty cool place to go see them put on their show.
6 p.m. And that's going to be like a regular thing, right? Once a month, I think they said on Sundays.
They have a once a month Sunday show going to be set up down there at Collinsville. It's going to be like the old wrestling at the Chase every Sunday. Remember that?
So a chance to catch them on Saturday before they start doing the Sundays. Yeah. Right?
Once they move to the Sabbath, it's not going to be the same. It'll be Sabbath, bloody Sabbath.
Well, I was thinking...
That's true.
A lot of people think the Sabbath was Saturday. We won't get into that conspiracy, though.
Look, as a football fan, I just wish you would have rested on a Wednesday. It's hard to be a football fan on West Coast time, for sure.
Speaking of Sabbath, I believe Scott Smith said one of the first songs he ever learned how to play was dun 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 dun, which he couldn't remember the name of. That's Hand of Doom.
What's
right?
the name of it?
Hand of Doom, right?
I was thinking NIB.
Right.
I was thinking the NIB, but Hand of Doom.
NIB, dun, 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 dun. Maybe, I don't know, but yeah.
Reflex in the sky,
over and over.
You're gonna die.
Hold on. Do you say it again? Do your riff you just said again?
Boom, dun, 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 dun.
What is this that stands before me? Is that the song?
No,
might be.
I was just singing it. I just told you.
You say the Hand of Doom. I think it's NIB.
How many Black Sabbath covers has your band done?
Maybe one.
How many Black Sabbath covers do Cottonmouth do?
2.
Like the first 4 albums?
I don't know.
Right.
I'm just saying that dun 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 sounded like NIB to me.
That
That's
ain't
all
it.
I'm saying.
I'm telling you, it ain't. He ain't in love with the devil. That's not Nib. We played Nib so many times. I know it's not Nib.
All right.
Because I remember that one very well. Reflex in the sky, warn you're gonna die. Storm
I know
coming, you better hide from.
I know Hand of Doom. I wasn't getting it wrong. I think I had the wrong song. It sounded like Nativity in Black to me.
I don't think that's Hand of Doom, though, actually, now that I think about it. We didn't play that one that much, but we did play NIB a lot. So
there you go.
Anyways, back to the list.
Are we doing a list here? What are we doing?
No, we were wrestling. We were wrestling.
Where am I?
Didn't you know that?
No. Cinco Sunday.
Saturday.
Cinco Saturday. I can't read.
With live music.
Smart as you got to read. Live music, that is going on at Who Dat's in Collinsville. We don't know what kind of live music. It could be anything, so, maybe it's just a Jack in the Box.
Right.
Who Dat's needs to tell us. That
right.
we would know. All right, Larry Palooza. That's happening. The Larry Palooza Benefit Concert for Larry Jones Foundation provides scholarships for high school seniors and Larry's Memorial. That is at Blacktop Boulevard. With Blacktop Boulevard, not at Blacktop Boulevard.
Right.
With Blacktop Boulevard. Shut Up, Mark. I guess that's a band, too. That's a great name for a band. Shut Up, Mark. I like it. And where am I at on this list? The B-Coop Bottom Band?
Probably Boku.
Boku Bottom Band? That is a weird one. Buku? I like it.
Might be Buku.
Buku, lot in front.
Is that an O or a P at the end of it? I can't even tell.
It's a lot of vowels.
Buku Bottom Band.
I think every vowel's in there.
I'm sorry, that's too many vowels. And also the Hair Syndicate. Wow, that is a lot going on for the Larry Palooza Benefit Concert. That's all happening at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Highland, Illinois.
Right, from 3
Saturday.
to 11, yep. Foreplay, 5 to 9. They're doing that outside at Wild Pickens. They know it's going to be nice this weekend.
It is going to be beautiful.
Flip side at Veranda in Aviston and Shotgun Creek at 8 o'clock at Timeout Sports Bar in Troy to wrap up Saturday.
There you go. That is quite the
It's
Saturday.
insane. That took us 15 minutes.
Well, I'm happy to see that you can drop the list again and it doesn't float away because it was pretty slim pickings there for a few months.
Right. Yes.
The COVID, it not only shut down a lot of bars and a lot of bands, but apparently the word is Santa Claus also is suffering from the old coronavirus. That's breaking news right here on the show. So St. Nick.
You've mentioned your son a couple of times. Tyler's his name, right? Yeah, and what's the name of his band?
He's not in a band.
He
plays at home, and he tremendous player.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'm like, how did you do that? And he never really took lessons. Him and Chris both play. And I never really showed him anything. I guess they just learned it on their own, and he shreds.
So you have another son, Chris?
Chris, yeah.
He's
the one I met at the party.
Oh, he's the one you touched.
I met him at the party.
Okay. And he plays as well. Is he in a band?
No, they sat in with us a few times, but him and his buddies had a band in the basement for a while. Mm-hmm. That was great.
Yeah.
And then we'd have gigs, and they'd sit in, and it was fun.
Yeah, you like it when the basement's Grand Central for all the musicians, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, how come you didn't teach them how to play drums?
Point. I don't know.
Yeah, see,
most musicians teach their kids to play drums because you always need a drummer.
We actually learned from doing this show that, a lot of times guys will come in here with sons that are starting to play music, and they're like, we always need a drummer, so we taught them how to play drums.
Good idea.
You can play guitar or keyboard if you want, but you are definitely playing drums.
Right. So your list of gigs has probably changed since I wrote these down, but you got the blues coming to Granite at Jacobmeyers on Friday, and then Big Daddy's Saturday in Edwardsville, May 16th at Doit's, and then June 9th. That's in Civic Park. Is that what you were talking about? The music in the park. Which one's Civic Park?
It's where Laux restaurant is.
Okay.
It's right across the street.
Okay.
And that's where the Melting Pot Market is held, and that's also where all of the music in the park throughout the summer is going to be held. It's every Wednesday, June through September.
So June 9th, is that the first one?
Yeah, no, the second one.
Oh, second one.
Well, Pleasure will be playing at the first one.
Okay, but it's a big one though because that's your 30th anniversary, right?
Oh, yes. And it's Brenda Whitaker's birthday that day too.
That's right.
And now,
She's the founder.
Is that your friend who was with you last time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's a sweet lady. Sweet lady.
Yeah.
All right, and then you guys are doing the Pump House on June 12th, right? July 16th back at Big Daddy's, July 18th at Oasis, July 25th at Doit's, and then August 14th is the 70s Rock Show with Foghat, BOA maybe.
Which we got some tickets to give away,
right?
don't we?
Derek St. Holmes, that's what I was trying to get to. We got some tickets. All you have to do is show up here. And,
the first 4 people to show? First person to show
we'll just we'll leave them here, and you show up during business hours, and they'll be laying right here.
So if you show up tomorrow morning when the doors open, you're going to get them.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I would assume you could get all 4 if you want to be that way. Now, if you want to be nice, maybe take 2 and then buy a couple. Take your friends and leave 2 for somebody else to have.
You could also buy a couple. Encourage it. Encourage it to go around, man.
And that's all courtesy of Scott and Mechelle. They brought those in, right?
They came bearing gifts.
And, of course, Callis Entertainment.
Yes. That's
right.
Yep.
You guys hang out with Phil quite a bit?
Talk to him quite a bit on the phone.
Yeah?
Yeah, about every other day. He's doing good.
A couple times a day.
Yeah.
Yeah? He's a busy guy. That sounds like
he's doing good.
That sounds like the Phil we know.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
So that's going to be at Nick's Bar in Granite City. I'm not familiar with Nick's Bar.
Used to be the firehouse. It used to be a fire station. They got a big patio on the side that goes out.
Did they leave the pole so you can slide down it when you're drunk? Because they're going
to put that up for when we're there.
Yeah, that would be fun. Well, I mean, but the problem here's the problem with having a pole at a place like that, because it's an old firehouse. You said, right?
Yeah, those poles are gone. Yeah.
So it would be fun, to slide down the old pole, but someone's going to start dancing on it.
Oh, yeah.
If no one else does, I'm going to.
They should have one out city limits, I guess.
City limits, yeah. They put in one of them poles.
That always started issues.
Yeah, fire poles.
Wow, look at that. And wife will.
Yeah, so that's August.
Pole dancing is a talent, too. I don't care what anyone says. It's talent.
I never got it down all the way. I tried.
I've been working on it.
Yeah.
August 14th is the date for that. Foghat. That'll be a blast. Derek St. Holmes, singer for Ted Nugent, right? Mm-hmm. On Stranglehold. Everyone's heard that song. And BOA stands for Black Oak, Arkansas.
DOA stands for Dead on Arrival.
Right.
BOA, Black Oak, Arkansas, yeah.
They have been coming to town, or trying to come to town, a lot in the last few years.
About 3 years ago, they came to Eddie's, which is now Patrick's.
I think it was about 3 years ago. They came to the Moose Lodge,
Right.
and
Remember that? Right.
Yeah.
They stayed at our house.
Oh, really? I bet that was a blast.
Yes.
Yeah. Got any good inside information?
But we were at Mamma Mia's restaurant in the morning. They said they didn't know when they could get into their hotel, and we get there about 8 in the morning. And Samantha,
Samantha.
Yeah.
Yes.
she called and she goes, "Hey, Shug, we're out in front of your house." Like, oh man, we better pack this up and get home. Neighbors be freaking out.
Yeah.
Come around the corner, and they were all over.
Yeah.
They
Jim
had
Danny
something
hanging out
all
in your
over the front
lawn.
yard. I'm like, "Good morning, I'm Scott. I live here. You would
Yeah.
get up and come in." And we fed them, and
They do look like a motorcycle gang showing
yeah.
up, right? Yeah.
one of the neighbors said, "Was that Huey Lewis in the news on your?" I said, "It was not.
Not even close. Not even close.
It was not."
But Jim Danny's to the rescue.
Yeah,
You know.
he's still rolling. He's still rolling. He was.
Yeah.
He was. Yeah, he rested comfortably on our couch for a while.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Did you rub his belly?
I checked his pulse.
You checked.
Scott Smith.
Well, he had a late night the night before.
Yeah, we've heard.
I checked his pulse, and it felt like his heart was going to jump out of his
And
chest.
I asked the guys down in the bar. We went out in our bar downstairs. I said, "Is Mr. Dandy gonna be okay?"
He's laying still, but his heart's going. I don't know what's going on.
When you say the words rock and roll lifestyle, you might as well say Black Oak, Arkansas right after that. Because they live it, don't they?
I think they got like 23 albums out, been on tour for all these years, and hit like up to 50% of the shows they've scheduled, I understand. So, I mean, that's a heck of a life to live, man.
Our contract writers want hotel rooms and whiskey. That's it.
Yeah.
And a couple towels.
Yeah.
Pretty well. I mean, they're pretty easy to
Maybe
accommodate,
cracker.
and they're great, wonderful people.
Right?
They're
That
wild.
is a short rider list right there.
Oh, yeah.
Hotels and whiskey. Usually
Well, they get a lot of gigs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's implied. That's implied. If you know them, that's implied.
And then they got the Eddie's man, click, 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 and they came alive. It was good.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I've only worked with them once. I ran sound for them a few years back. And
You tried to run sound for them once, too, and they
I
didn't show
tried to
up.
run sound for them down here at Max the next year, and they didn't show up. So it was funny. Tommy
Mac was
Bolin-
really nice that night, though, wasn't he?
Mac was in a good mood. Tommy Bolin drove all the way from Iowa or whatever down to play drums with him.
Not
So Tommy
me, Tom.
Bolin's in or not Tommy. I'm sorry, John Bolin. Tommy's
How'd you
Bolin's
do
dead.
that, man?
Yeah, Tommy Bolin's passed away long ago. I'm sorry. Johnny Bolin, his little brother, Tommy's little brother, showed up to play drums, but the rest of Black Oak, Arkansas, just didn't show that time. But whatever, I mean, it's a rock and roll lifestyle.
It is.
It happens.
One more show I want to talk about. You guys got going on. I'm just curious. You're playing at Bethalto Park, August 19th.
Yeah.
Are they doing shows on a regular basis there? I think they did that the last time we were open.
Yeah, they called me, and I think we have like 3 different shows there. I think they're going to start having music on Thursday nights.
Thursday nights.
Nice.
Yeah. I wasn't sure which night that was, but that's cool, man. A steady thing. That's a cool little stage right there. In the park, I guess that's where you guys are playing, right behind the police station. And
I was there one time years ago.
you don't remember? That was Thief.
I was told I was there in '82. I don't know.
Or was that the stand? You were in the stand too, right?
Yeah.
Was
Yes.
it? Yeah.
Johnny Evans and Kevin Bloodworth and
Rob
Rob
Rick
Boyer.
Green.
There's Kevin
Rick
again.
Green. And it was a blast.
Yeah.
Our kids had grown a little bit, so we, rocked again. It was fun.
Scott
But the
and
hours,
Kevin grew up across the street from
The
each other.
hours.
Yeah.
had changed. It seemed like being up to 4 in the morning was like, oh my.
Yeah.
Our kids are like 8 o'clock going, wake up, Dad. Daddy rocked last
Show me
night.
something on
I'm
guitar.
sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, I think I've covered everything I needed to cover with you guys, but I mean, we can talk about other stuff if you want, whatever that is.
I got all kinds of stuff if I'm supposed to talk, but I don't think I'm supposed to.
You're good now. I actually got to talk to Scott and Mechelle and learn some stuff. This
See,
time.
there you go. Now more about me. Now.
Remind me.
You have 2 kids, right? Only the 2 sons.
I don't think either one of them.
Right?
Two
Yeah.
sons.
Yeah.
And 2 grandchildren, Penelope and Ezra.
Oh, future drummers.
Penny Lane.
Penny Lane is her name.
Oh, that's cool.
I call her Abbey Road just to be a smart ass. I don't know.
Now, don't you guys usually play Sundays at Doit's?
Normally when we play, we do, yeah.
Yeah, that's an afternoon one, right? Yeah.
Matinee.
I'm pumped because Doit's has been doing one of my favorite things. A Stagger used to do this all the time. They take a picture of their band schedule, and then they post it on Facebook, and Doit's has been doing that. So I've been hitting the love button every time I see that because it gives me all 4 nights because they always have music Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but they'll wait till the day of to post who's going to be playing.
Good.
So,
right.
Oh, yeah, that's a cool place, and what a great audience is what we always hear. Almost everyone says that's a place where you can tell they're really listening to you. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not background music. Yeah.
So I do have something I want to mention. The Mastermind folks down there got the new place opened up, Mastermind Vodka, which is some. It's the only American-made ultra premium vodka. It's really good vodka, but they're doing a lot musically down there. Every last Sunday of the month, Brad No does a open mic night, and they got karaoke going down every Saturday. And I was just talking to Deja about the band schedule. She's going to send it to us. They've got bands booked for the next several months.
Starting to slowly trickle that stuff out. I think we mentioned them last week.
Yeah, last week we talked about them. So I went down there and talked to the manager, and she said
get some vodka. And you're like, I'm here.
I may have walked out with a complimentary bottle of vodka. You know, it is good vodka. Whatever.
Well, you're
Don't
a vodka
judge
man.
me.
You're a vodka man.
Judge me.
Most of those alcoholics are vodka man. I'm just saying.
Look, you can have 6 beers or 1 straight vodka. It's my first drink of the night. It's just a big one.
Most of them told me it's the easiest one to hide. Most of them say you can hide this one from people.
If they would put vodka just in a can, people would suck on that one can for, well, maybe not just 1, but 2 or 3.
Hey, should we run through Sunday real quick and then wrap up this dude?
Look, I don't know why we wouldn't. We're only 5 minutes past time. Whoever's on the air
we don't even know who follows us.
They don't know that we're over.
Could be a game. They could be kicking us out of here to do a game any second. We don't know.
Lock the doors. I won't let them.
Matter of fact, I think on the last interview with Scott and Mechelle, you hadn't figured out the frequency that we had moved to yet. I think you said 107.7. So
look. We're now on 94.3 or 107.1. I don't know what
we weren't on the list of who gets memos, and we just show up, and it looked like the same station to us, but they're moving stuff around.
It's the same building. It's just I don't know for sure, but I believe Tuesday on 88.1 I accidentally said 94.3. It's confusing.
I bet it is.
It's hey, welcome to the radio. I'm just going to say that from now on. I don't know. Well, hey, let's do this Sunday thing so we can get on because I want to talk to Bonnie.
I know. I'm so excited.
Hear what you have to say to her.
I got so much to say. She's going to be stop kissing up to me. I'm not a star. I just got lucky. That's what she's going to tell us, I bet you.
And she's going to tell you to stop kissing up, and she's going to tell me stop kissing me. I'll be like, but I like you.
Hey, wait a minute. You're married. I'm the one that needs some action. Back off. I was already trying that. Anyway.
You're getting hot in here.
Yeah.
I'm having a hot flash.
Power surge.
Yeah.
Bonnie's over there going, I haven't had 2 guys fight over me since earlier this morning.
Yeah.
I said since earlier this morning.
Assume I don't have men fighting over.
I guarantee she does.
I said since this morning. You had one this afternoon too? See, because I was in a fight with a guy this morning over her already. It was Phil Callis. We were duking it out.
I'm telling you, man. She's got a right cross, and we're going to find out about that when we talk to her. Hollywood Duo 2 to 6, cross the line 6 to 10 on Sunday at Fast Eddie's. Lanny and Julie 2 o'clock on the patio at the Pump House in Woodward. They're doing their patio Sundays again at the Pump House.
Awesome.
The Vault 3 to 7 at Grafton Winery. After midnight STL 2 o'clock at the Hog Pit in Grafton. TBD 3 o'clock at the Loading Dock in Grafton. I'm glad the Loading Dock's back at it, man. What a great place to sit and listen to music.
Yeah.
Grand Band, 2 o'clock at the Oyster Bar in Grafton. Another great place to sit and listen to music. All these places are. Skylark Brothers Duo, 1 o'clock at Grafton. That's a good day up there in Grafton.
That is a good day in Grafton. And Skylark Brothers are a nice band, along with the Grand Band. And everyone knows TBD.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute.
That could be Big George. I mean, Mondin might show up. You don't know. That was one of his stomps. So
it could be anybody. It could be Bonnie Bramlett. We don't know.
We don't know. TBD could have anyone in that band.
It sounds like something you want to go get checked out, maybe get a shot of penicillin for. I don't know.
I agree.
Oh, geez, I picked up a TBD tonight.
Naughty and Nice, 2 p.m. at Wild Pickens Winery in Chesterfield.
That's
beautiful
how you
place
get the
to
TBDs. Naughty and Nice, right there.
All right, yeah. But a beautiful place once again to sit and listen to music up at the winery in Chesterfield. Scott Marlin 4 to 7 at Big Daddy's in Edwardsville on Sunday. Kurt Copeland with Joey Taylor 1 o'clock at the Old Herald Brewery in Collinsville. Dale Papp 1 o'clock Sunday fun day at Hootats in Collinsville. John Humphreys 5 o'clock at Patrick's in Granite City. Spilly Nelson, I'm wearing their shirt. 2 to 6 at Doit's Village Inn in Pontoon Beach.
Underwear.
Yeah.
It doesn't say Spilly Nelson on it. It's literally Josh's underwear. I took him out of his drawer.
We love Spilly Nelson, and we love Doit, so there you go.
Dirty when I got him out of his drawer. No, I don't know. Poor Josh. What else is going on? We got one more.
Yeah. American Originals, I believe. 1 to 5 at Rooster's Pub in Staunton. They took a picture of their band board, too.
Nice.
I love
Good
that.
job. Good job, Roosters.
So we got through it all.
There you go, man.
And we have to thank Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance and that other place up in Jersey. I always forget the name of, but it's right there on the strip. That's a different name. I asked him if I should bring it up. He's like, "No, Macias is fine." So,
it's not Macias up there.
No, it's got a different name. I think it's like an old building that they never changed the name on. Maybe it's the same. No, I think it is the same.
We're just going to call it the Jimmy Van Schmidt Building.
The place right across where he takes you to
1922.
Not too far from George's
local brew.
Right, yeah.
Go get you a proper dirty martini at George's local brew.
On the roof.
There you go.
Right.
Hey, I need to talk about some stuff. Apparently, the executive board of directors, President Dan Simmons, I got his phone number if anyone wants. I don't think I'm supposed to have that piece of paper. I don't think I'm supposed to have that.
That's
Man.
my boss. I work for the president.
His number is 555.
You didn't want to give that out.
Not good when Pigpen ends up with something you've lost.
Yeah. I was like, when he was holding it up over there, I thought, wait a minute, that looks like my writing on the back of that.
I think
It says here, call for a good time, Dale Simmons.
I think there was an extra paper with these tickets too. Is this yours too?
Oh, let me have that. I want to read it.
Her work paper.
I got all her paperwork.
She also gave me her birth certificate.
I was in a hurry.
Oh, you can fly now. He knows your birth certificate's real.
I got her birth certificate and a piece of mail. I'm getting a passport.
Get your real ID from Pigpen.
I was just checking to see if you guys really read what I gave you.
Yeah. That's a good test for him. He'll read anything you put in front of him, just like Ron Burgundy. So there you go.
And then I said, oh, well, I printed out a new one.
Oh, man, that's good. That's rich. All right, well, hey, I would love to talk to you guys, but I got to get out of here. I got someone named Bonnie Bramlett I get to go talk to.
Right.
Maybe.
You need to take a break?
I got a kid.
Maybe you've heard of her. Maybe. Yeah, I'm down with one of those breaks we're talking about. I need one of those, too.
Yeah.
I feel half sober. No. All right. Well, hey, thanks to everyone for tuning in. Thanks to our sponsors, as he said, Matt Van Voorhis of Macias Insurance, Halpin Music Company, and Alex Honky, our engineers, sponsor Michael Crider from Farmers Insurance. Dun, 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 dun.
The band
Thanks so much to Mike, Scott, and Mechelle. Mike, I look right at him and say, Mike. You know, he played a trick on me the other day. You've been doing some solo shows.
No, that's not him. You're going to mess it up. That's Scott Marlin.
Yeah, Scott Marlin. Okay.
See? Oh, he's from the Marlin
I was
Brothers,
trying to get you to guess which Scott it was.
I didn't realize it. I don't know.
Because Scott Marlin was just putting Scott at.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I was going to be into Scott. And I'm like, which Scott do you think it is?
We actually got really scared one night because we were out at the music in the park in Pontoon Beach.
Yes.
We were out there and somebody came up and they said, hey, we'll see you tomorrow. And we're like, what? And they said, well, they said Scott's playing at this bar. And we're like, what?
Oh, my.
You know?
Yeah.
That was probably me. Don't ever believe anything I say.
Yeah.
Scott's like, my memory's short anyways, man. Don't be telling me I got a gig because I probably do. I don't remember it.
Well, Well, thanks again to Scott and Mechelle for coming down and being on and talking to us. And again, thanks to all the listeners. Everybody, do your homework. Get out this week and support local music and art.
Okay, Art who?
Art Bell.